Hi there, this is Tammy with Tammy's Stamping Therapy. A few days ago, I think, I came on to do an unboxing video for Craspire.com. Craspire has wax seal products and they are affiliated and maybe part of bbcraft.com. So I showed you all the stuff that I got. Two of the things I got were these fun stamps. These are called stamps, which is totally different than all of my rubber stamps that I have. And so I played with this a little bit yesterday, and let me show you some of my observations. So when I first started, somebody had said to use wax paper, and the first one I did, I think these were the first two that I did. I also had watched a video where they used 3 of these little pellets. So these are both done with 3 little pellets. Hopefully you can see that. And wax paper didn't work because I'm putting wax on wax, and so it stuck to the paper. I mean, it worked. I had to tear it off. But also there's way not enough wax here, so I was not happy with those. So then I went to parchment paper, and it worked better. It still sticks to the back, and as soon as the heat hits it, the paper like buckles up, so you don't have a flat stamp. So if I get this off of here, which again, it's working like the wax paper, so there's going to be residue left on the back of there, and it's not flat. And I was wanting to make these to save for later to add to cards and stuff. So this not being flat, pardon my husband over on the side doing his cough thing that he does. These are going to be hard to use, and these two especially, I really don't like the way they look. There's just not enough wax there, so I won't be keeping those. This one also did not have enough wax. That's why it goes like that. Both of these stamps stamp really nicely. They give a beautiful clear image. This one did work. This one I moved to 4 pellets, but I still was using the parchment paper. And this is 2 each, 2 pink and 2 purple pellets, and then I colored it with I colored the raised part with a silver or gold pen. And this one, I think I also used 4 pellets for this one. It's the one I just tore off of the parchment paper. So then let me show you what I ended up with. Let's see, where did I put that? So then I had an idea to use a silicone mat, and that's what this is. This is my Stampin' Up! Silicone mat. It's kind of grungy looking, but it still works. And I made a bunch more, and these all came out very nice. The mat's not going to buckle, so they're all really flat on the back, which is what I wanted. And then I can save these for future projects. Yes, I only used my purple pot. My next video, I'm going to use the other little pot of beads that I have, or pellets, whatever they're called. So you can see on these, I used the gold pen. So there's actually 3 colors in here, which when I first looked, I just thought I saw pink and purple, but there's 2 different shades of purple. There's a more plummy color and then a purple color. And I just lost one of my pellets. Hope the cat doesn't get it. And you can see the difference here in these 2 in the colors of them. So I had a lot of fun playing with this. And then I had to decide what I was going to do for a project. I wish I had chosen more of these because I'm limited to my butterfly or my thank you. But these are all lots of fun. Get them out of the way. I just used my lid from my pellets for that. So let me show you the 2 things that I made. The first thing I did was I took some of these that I had already made, and I made 2 cards. I did 2 different colors of purple. The background, so it's a white card. The background is my brick embossing folder from Stampin' Up! And then I colored this ribbon. This is actually this white satin ribbon. I colored it with my blends markers, Stampin' Blends, which are alcohol markers. And I colored, because this has silver in it, I used the silver pen on the butterfly on each of these. So I made these both birthday cards. And then on the inside I didn't really do anything. And then the next, so I think I said I used some of these that I had already created, and I put them on with Stampin' Dimensionals. So I'm hoping they're going to stick. I mean, they stick okay to the card, but will the dimensionals stick to the wax forever? I'm not sure. So then the next thing I did was I did this card, and this time I poured the hot wax directly onto the paper on top of the ribbon, and the whole thing stuck down really nicely. Because the ribbon was sticking up a little bit, it kind of missed that spot, but I still think it's really pretty. And then I again colored the silver. So I'm going to show you how I did that. This is, it's a wood grain embossing folder. I like white on white, if you can't tell. And then on the inside I just did that, but yeah, I like white on white. So I'm going to show you, one other thing was, when I made all of these, I used the candle, and I'm going to light the candle now. So you can see how it works and how long it takes. First I used glue dots to stick my ribbon, first to stick it together, and then to hold it down long enough for the wax to do its magic. So I'm going to put this on here. I think I'm going to put it like right there. And I want this to be thank you again. I took a Sharpie, I turned this over to see where to make it straight, I put a Sharpie right where the center bottom is, Sharpie marker. Let's see. I already have wax pellets in my little spoon, and here is a napkin. I did manage to burn my thumb yesterday, and you'll see how I did that. So I'm going to hold this over the fire. And it's going to take a little bit. I have a toothpick here somewhere. Takes a little while to melt, and I was actually surprised. I don't know why I was surprised, because I'm dealing with an open flame. But you can see it's starting to melt. I think you can see that. Can you see that? It's starting to melt. The back of this is going to get all black, and it did make some messes. The fact that it was all black on the back. So I want my pellets to be all of the way melted. And it takes a little while. Hopefully I have enough flame. I don't want to tilt my spoon, because I don't want the wax to dump out into the candle, but so it takes a little while for this to happen. I'm going to pause for a second. You can see it's starting to bubble up, but there were still some chunks in there. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to pour it all here, trying to keep it in a circle. That was part of my problem, because I'm on top of something. That's why it didn't come out totally circular. And then I'm going to take my stamp, and you don't really push, you just kind of let the stamp go where it wants, and then let it sit there for a little bit. I'm going to blow this out. I don't really like candles because they make smoke, so I'm going to show you a different way to do this too. See, this wax really spread out kind of ugly, in an ugly way. So you're going to leave it, let it sit there for a little bit. This is what I was talking about on the back. See how it's all soot. So this is how I burnt myself, because I was doing this with just a single layer of a paper towel. And this is hot. So I cleaned that off front and back. And then I'm going to, cool, they come up pretty easily when they're done. You can see that. I'm going to color, again, because I'm using silver ribbon. This is the pen. I have these two pens that came with one of the kits that I bought. Well, I didn't buy, one of the kits that I chose. And I just kind of tilt it. And color. So it gets only the raised. The idea is for it to get only the raised images. So there's that part. And I'm a perfectionist type person. And in my mind, I want them all to look like this, even more perfect than this, perfectly circular, no weird things, but that's not the way wax works. So this is the way it's going to look. Okay, it is. I wanted to be sure it was dry before I put glue on the back to add it to my card. And this also, my first one didn't do that. This one, it buckled the paper. Interesting. Run away. Where's my card? Here's my card. I'm going to center this on here. And then trim my ribbon ends a little bit. So there's my two different kinds of cards that I made. And then I'm going to actually use one of these thank you cards, and I'm going to seal the envelope with it. So let me write my card first and I'll be right back. Okay, I wrote inside my card. Here is my envelope, and I'm hoping this is going to work because now my card's going to be bumpy, but we will see. Maybe I will put the card in this way. Yeah, that makes it flatter. Okay, and this time, instead of using a candle, I'm going to get out 4 beads. I saw on a video where somebody did this instead of the candle. And I thought, what a cool idea. I have this heat tool that's meant for heat embossing. This one is one that Stampin' Up! Sells or sold. I don't know if they still sell this exact one. There's going to be a little bit of noise because the heat gun makes noise. I'm preheating it a little bit. And now I'm going to heat from the bottom. And I don't know if it goes faster or not, but there's no smoke and there's no soot. You can see it starting to melt. And then I'm going to go down from the top. I'm putting it pretty close. This is a very hot heat. Look how much faster this melts this way. Kind of fun to watch it. I want to be sure it's all the way melted. The first time I did this way, I didn't melt it quite long enough. I think that's all the way melted. Ooh, don't touch that. Touch it with my, yeah. Just all the way melted. I want to use my same stamp. So I'm going to now dump this on here. Hopefully you can see this. And do kind of a circular motion because I want it to go in a circle. But it doesn't seem to melt it like as runny. It's not really a circle either. And I'm going to take my stamp. And the trick with the stamp is I'm not going to push. I'm kind of letting its weight do its own thing, but I do move it around a little bit to get the wax to scooch out where I want it to. And then I'm going to wait for that to dry. And I think I didn't heat it quite long enough because I wanted to get more wax out of there. Because there was not... It might be that this just doesn't heat the same way. Oh, I have to be careful too. This spoon bends easy. There. So we'll see if this is ready. See, it just came right off. And there we go. Isn't this fun? I don't know if I want to color that one. I guess I will, so it'll match the card. So I'm going to color my thank you. Yeah, that makes it show up better. So there we go. I have this card. And then I used it to seal my envelope. So this is my first project share for Craspire.com. There will be links below to the website itself and to the products that I received in this first shipment. I had lots of fun playing with this. Lots and lots of fun playing with it. So I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next. What can I do that's different? If you have any requests, you can leave comments below about what you would like me to see me do with the wax and the seals. So thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.